Well, the Lending Club peer to peer investing platform bites the dust. Hi, I'm John McNeil, and this is the Invest Strong Network. Welcome. About 3 weeks ago, I did a review on the performance of my Lending Club peer to peer investment platform for December and really for the winter of 2000 and 2021. Now, at that time, a very sharp eyed investor viewer pointed out to me that Lending Club had, in fact, elected to no longer offer peer to peer loans. They're getting out of the business. I was rather shocked by this. For Lending Club, this is their entire reason to exist, was to do peer to peer lending. And it would be like Airbnb saying that we're no longer going to do space sharing, or Amazon saying, we're no longer going to sell things. I mean, that's it was a shock. So why is Lending Club doing this? And what's going to become of their massive investment portfolio, loan portfolio that they've amassed over the last 5 years and then going 5 years more into the future? We'll talk about that. All right. Earlier this year, Lending Club announced that it would merge with Radius Bank. Now, Radius Bank is one of these online banks, and so Lending Club at the time they were saying that, well, they would run their peer-to-peer lending operation kind of confluent with their online banking presence. But just recently, as in October, they decided quietly to eliminate their peer-to-peer lending platform. So as of the end of 2020, you will no longer be able to invest buy Lending Club notes. People could no longer make requests for loans on the Lending Club platform. They're basically just shutting the whole thing down. And now, what will become of the legacy company? Well, Lending Club as we know it will morph. Apparently, they want to become a full time, 100% online bank. And the peer to peer lending platform, I, to be honest, they really haven't said what they're going to do with their portfolio of loans. They have not. Now, they do have some options. They could, in fact, spin off all of the loans that they are currently servicing, which is many, many hundreds of thousands, worth many billions of dollars. They could spin that off into a separate company. Let's call it Son of Lending Club, right? They could spin that off into a separate company and service those loans until such time as they are all completely exhausted, and then shut the whole thing down, right? Okay. Or they could take their portfolio of loans and actually sell that portfolio to another peer-to-peer lending platform. Now, for many years, their primary competitor was Prosper, but Prosper has also ceased and desisted from peer-to-peer lending, and so now they're only left with peer-to-peer lending platforms out of Europe. I think there are a couple out of India also. Maybe they would be interested in purchasing the portfolio. Don't know. Now, they could, in fact, sell the portfolio to a larger bank, right? If the bank, the larger bank or financial company would be interested in acquiring the portfolio. We don't know. I don't know. But that's an option that they have. Now, why is Lending Club doing this? For me, it's very disappointing, their reasons. They said in a press release that I actually had to dig hard to find that peer to peer lending structure was no longer financially feasible for them. Now, that's rather odd because really, over the last decade or so, they had been trumpeting how great peer-to-peer lending is and how the Lending Club platform in particular was so fantastic and everything was going great, right? And now all of a sudden, no, it's really not financially feasible for us. We're shutting the thing down, right? That's a huge juxtaposition there. Now, if you are holding Lending Club notes, as I am, what should you do? Well, actually, you're somewhat restricted by what you can do because, see, you've already purchased the notes under the agreement that these notes would be held for either 36 months or 60 months, right? So, really, for either 3 years or 5 years, you're going to have to hold on to those notes, and either Lending Club or whatever platform succeeds them will be responsible for servicing the notes and making sure that everything goes smooth until such time as if they're all exhausted, right? Well, that is okay, but my concern is all of these persons that are holding Lending Club loans, how will they feel about repaying their loans now that the mother company is no longer around, right? Some of them, I fear, may decide, well, hey, if Lending Club is no longer servicing this thing, then perhaps I don't need to pay it back and I'll just let it go. Because remember, these are unsecuritized loans to begin with, right? Well, that's a frightening proposition. We hope that it doesn't come to that. Lending Club has already made clear that they would continue to do their regular collections for persons who do not elect to pay during this process. So I'll hope, right, that it doesn't come to that. Lending Club is saying that it should not come to that. We'll just have to see, right? Now, if they decide, in fact, to sell their loan portfolio to another company, another peer-to-peer lender, then obviously that peer-to-peer lender would be responsible for basically enforcing the repayment agreement. And they have their own structures and things like that. So we hope that's the case. Lending Club could actually, just turn over the entire portfolio to a collection agency, right? And just say, hey, these are the rules, collect as much as you can, and make sure that these investors get paid off at the end. They could do that, right? Well, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, but we'll see, right? In any event, it breaks my heart really to see this all go down like this. Lending Club, I've had a good experience with it. My year-over-year returns are still in the 9% area, over 9%, which is still excellent. I'm hoping that it can stay that way for the next 3 years or so, because I only purchased 36-month loans, right? So I think I may have one or two 60-month loans, but the overwhelming majority of them are 36-month loans, right? So the ones in about 3 years' time, I will be completely out of Lending Club for the large part. But you have many investors out there who will purchase Lending Club notes, 60-month Lending Club notes, and they're basically stuck for the next 5 years or so, hoping that these people repay their loans. All right, so we'll see. But this is very disappointing. I really enjoyed the Lending Club platform. It was fun. It was actually exciting to evaluate loans, to purchase notes, invest in them, and see how they all turned out. And maybe one of these European or Indian peer-to-peer lenders could step in and fill the spot left by the departure of Prosper and Lending Club, but I doubt it. I think at this point it may be wiser to just look for another means of investing in loans or something like that, and just forget about the peer-to-peer lending platform, right? So that's kind of a bummer, but that's where we're at. All right. Hope you found this information informative. Let me know. Smash that thumbs up button. Do it for me. Thank you. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you feel about Lending Club going away, right? At least the peer to peer lending aspect of it. I'd love to know your thoughts. And of course, like always, please subscribe to Invest Strong. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, friends, and good blessings.